Okay, YouTube, here we go. This is that Jeep I did over the weekend. Um, I'm just highlighting the driver's side. I mean, the rest of it's pretty dirty, but this is the side that is always probably the worst in any vehicle, the driver's side. Pretty good salt ring around there. Not a terrible salt ring, but pretty good one. Just sweeping out here with my shark. I know I should have used a wider nozzle, but at this point I was like, well, should have grabbed it first. I really didn't need to. It worked though. At this point, I decided I'm going to set up the canopy. So if you guys wonder how long one of these take, it's 12 by 12. It don't take very long. The sun's just right there, and it's just getting really hot to work on the interior. Yes, I know I could put it in the garage, but anybody who has a garage knows there's no air movement in the garage. It's actually kind of hotter in the garage, unless of course you have a conditioned space garage. But yeah, these canopies don't take that long to set up. One person, takes a little bit of practice, but once you do it a few times, it's fairly easy. It just gives you can still be outside, you can still get the air movement, but you can get the sun off of you somewhat. It's a weird place this time of day for me, but it does work. I mean, it definitely works to keep the sun off me. So I just set it right outside the garage to actually get as tight up against the garage as I can, and then I can just back this back out and get back to work. It gets hot, and like I said, being outside, at least you get air movement compared to being in the garage. So, yeah, I mean, the car sticks out a little bit from the canopy, but the main thing is you get the passenger compartment where you're working out of the sun. And like I said, it does make it much cooler. Carpeted floor mats, I mean, I get it. That's what comes with most of these cars, but it's nicer to have the all-weather mats or something in there. These mats here, they get stained up. This one here, it's got some weird, I don't know, marks and stains in it. You zap it um, straight up. Yeah, I know it's not completely clean, but I mean, I want to get the zap it starting to work to break down the stuff that's on the surface. Um, just let it kind of work for a while. I go back to the car here, finish sweeping this area out. A lot of pine needles, just normal stuff. Like I said, the mats saved the main part of the carpet. So, and yes, I know my camera angles are all wrong. I'm still trying to figure out the camera angles. Um, I mean, this isn't too bad, but there's sometimes I know it's off, and it's not fun to watch. But I'll try to explain to what's going on, and I will try to get better as I work through this. The car was fairly dirty inside. I mean, I don't think it had been cleaned in maybe since it was new. I don't know. Hitting the seats, hitting around the seats. But yeah, it had been pretty dirty. She's an older lady, it's harder, and not everyone has time, and no one has. A lot of people don't have the. I don't know. They just don't. They want it done, but they just don't do it. Hitting the salt ring with Pink Perfection. Yeah, I think it's 10-1 in my spray bottle. Pedals. Love Pink Perfection. I actually like to use my tire scrub brush to do the pedals and this hard plastic footrest. Honestly, the salt ring wasn't that bad. I had one a few weeks ago that I actually had to use Pink Perfection and steam to get it out. This one here, the matte, I mean, kind of saved it. There's just a little bit along the side there, and right around the fuel pedal. Hitting the doors with Pink Perfection, 10-1. Like I said, I like it. It's a great all-purpose cleaners by Superior Products. Go back over, hit this again with Zap It anywhere I see There's some staining. Get my drill brush. I'm going to work this a little bit. It does a good job. I mean, Zap It to me is the perfect, get the steamer, because, if you add the steam, the heat, and the chemicals and the agitation, you eventually break. I get most of this out. There is a stubborn spot. It's like, I don't know what it is. It's not greasy. It's gummy. I mean, it's not gum. I don't know how to describe it. Just it doesn't really come out. So I'm working again here with the Zap It, trying to work that same area. See if I can break that up a little bit. Hit it with some steam. Like I said, I know my angle. I need to tilt my camera down a little more so you guys can actually see what I'm doing. I steam. There's some salt ring around the outside there. I'm steaming it. Planting potatoes. My in-laws are planting potatoes today. Their retirement life, right? Yeah. I just keep working this. Steam, agitation. And honestly, it works fine. I mean, it's a carpeted floor mat. I'm not expecting it to get perfect. I'm just trying to get it better than what it was. Um, you know, I think at this point I come in and get my Zenith. I thought I had it here in this shelf, and I'm like, nope, I put it in my bag. So yeah, Zenith is a citrus by Stoner cleaner. Works really good on gummy stuff. Um, so I spray it down, agitate a little bit. I probably should have hit it with steaming. I sprayed it again, agitated. I could feel it coming out. Um, Probably if I would have went and let that on there and then hit it with steam, I probably could have got the whole thing out. But I got 95% of it. I was happy with that. Um, I mean, I try my best. So back in here, interior clean and protect by DIY Detail. You can see the dash is pretty dusty on this side. I already did the passenger side. I love this for my upper areas and interior. This are rinseless. If it was less dirty, I would have just used rinseless in here, but it was pretty dirty. So, and it had a lot of dust, pretty good dust film on it. I always use it on my screens that are rinseless. I don't use any APCs anywhere pretty much above the steering wheel. I mean, above the center stack. You know what I mean? I don't. I don't want to chance that. APCs are great cleaners, but they're not really, to me, meant for anything up here. The towel I'm using is House of Rags interior towel, which I do believe is a direct copy of DIY Details interior towel. They use the same, uh, they source their rags from the same company. Love these towels. They have like a soft backside and then like it's a woven front side that allows you to scrub. That's what I'm doing here. I'm scrubbing the steering wheel. Works great for steering wheels. Clean steering wheels so nicely without having to use harsh chemicals. So, yeah. Yeah, I'm working the steering wheel here underneath it. Down along the side. Come back in with Detail Co's interior shield. Love this stuff. It dries to a real nice factory look, like brand new interior. A nice smell to it, and gives you months of protection. I mean, months, especially on low touch areas like the top of the dash there and stuff. I love it. Very good. Use it on the screens. No problem. I just always make sure my final wipe on the screen is with a Mr. Twister fresh. I don't use uh, my towel that I just cleaned it with. I go back with a Mr. Twister to do the screens because it does a better job picking stuff up. Or leveling out that, because you do have to level the shield out. I found it. You're best off, you put it down and you come back and you level it. It's not a ceramic, but you know what I mean? It acts kind of like a sealant. Like I said, that's pretty much the better product I use on the interiors. I mean, my basic details usually just getting clean and protect. Also very good. I think it only lasts a month or two compared to the Detail Co Shield. I think you get 3 to 6 months out of it easily. Going back in, with my little Foam Kings pads and getting inside the vents and all the little corners around the steering wheel. This car's got a lot of weird angles, and yeah, right there's one that goes up behind the screen, behind the dash here, and the steering wheel. Get up in there with uh, that foam around that, and around the buttons. I'm going back and I'm leveling that on the screen, that Detail Co shield. I also use the shield on the center stack, on the center screen. Like I said, it adds a layer of protection. Of course, wipe the visor. This is Clean and Protect by DIY Detail with that same towel. It's great. Clean and Protect on this. These are they're not highly touched areas, so I just use the Clean and Protect on them. Check everything out. Looking around, making sure I got everything. Yeah, I think I start putting my chemicals away. Yeah. Check the mat. Come back in. I'm going to do another sweep because I was just in there with my feet when I was doing the other stuff. Just one final look here, make sure everything's swept up. Yes, I know my camera angle's bad. Sorry about that. Couple spots here. It's a process. I mean, I think I had over 3 hours on the interior of this car. Right here, I'm blowing out the door card, just blowing dust out of it with it at my air compressor. What I do is I take the Pink Perfection rag and I blow air through it, and it kind of sprays. At the same time, if there's any dust or anything in there, it comes up and hits the rag, and the rag captures it, and you just wipe it off and give it a few minutes to dry. Come back in with Aqua Gloss. Yes, I know a lot of people don't like spraying this stuff, or it's so fast and it gets in everywhere. It does such a good job, like in the speaker grills and all this stuff. Just it does a really nice job of getting in um, every little crack and crevice. Uh, I come back, I think here, yeah. I'll let that dry. I grab a rag, level that out. Use my clean. Oh, this is Superior Products leather cleaner. I like it on the leather. I use the steam on the back seats, but honestly, I'd prefer to use this. This is a acidic. It's some kind of acidic. It strips. I mean, it strips the leather. It takes it like brand new. I mean, it's like brand new when I'm done with it. Here, this is where I'm going to start putting my stuff away. Yeah, because this is pretty much it for the door or for the or for the car. My bottle rinseless there. I don't know why I made a trip around the car. Oh, that's right. I'm grabbing another pair of gloves because I had taken my gloves off for some reason. The video was cut. I can't remember what I did. I'm gonna wait and got a drink. Going to go back in here with invisible glass, do the interior windshield with their scrubber. I find this works excellent. Never have any problems when I'm using this. Unless it's a heavily smoker's vehicle, then I might hit it with something a little stronger first, or just with a rag, then come back and hit it with this. But yeah, this reacher tool of theirs is great. Gets down in the corners really nice. Come back over and finish this up this side. For the longest time, I'd put a towel down when I did the dash with any kind of window cleaner. Then I watched a video from SEMA, I think it was, and the invisible glass guy demonstrated it for it. Basically, he showed you how to use it, which just, you know, didn't make sense, but it made sense. So yeah, I'm going back in here with shield, detail coat shield, doing the seat. Like I said, I love this for a dressing. Um, Factory, it comes to like a factory look, brand new. Smells good. It's a great protection, for, like I said, 3 to 6 months. I'm leveling off that aqua gloss in a couple high spots there. Here's what it looked like before the back. There's my striping, not the best. I also used the aqua gloss back there, sprayed it in, great for that. Back seat, what I started with, what it ended up like. Front passenger. You can't see it, but it was so dusty. I mean, the center screen, everything was so dusty. And then finally, the driver's door. Well, thank y'all for watching. I am working on my camera angles, so hopefully they get better. Thank you.